Hey there, this is Mark, and I am here in the yoga room at my gym. And I just finished a practice, and I'm going to share my reading from the Golden Present Daily Inspirational Readings by Sri Swami Satchidananda. And this is a public space, so we'll see if I can make it through the reading. If anybody has to come in here, well, they'll become part of the reading, or they'll ask me to move outside. So we'll see how it goes. And this is the reading for July 21st. And the topic is, you are always doing spiritual work. You are always doing spiritual work. To know whether you are doing it properly, watch your feelings. Are you becoming more and more easeful, more and more peaceful? Are you lessening your worries? Do you always feel happy? If it bothers you more and more, then you are not doing it right. It's not the action that is important, but how you do it. To decide whether you are doing the work in a spiritual way or not, ask yourself, am I maintaining my peace while doing this? If the answer is no, then you are doing something wrong. Every job should make you happy, jubilant. You should enjoy it, whatever it is, and feel like doing more. You should forget yourself while you are doing it. Work should be fun, not a burden. If you become heavy while doing it, then you are doing it as a labor. Even if you look for a thank you, you are looking for some reward. When you do something for a reward, it's labor. It's not service. Labor means you do it to get it. Service means you just do it and forget it. Well, right away I thought about my yoga practice and how much it's changed over the years. I first started practicing in 2000 while I was still dancing. And there was a much different relationship to the hatha practice, the asanas, the postures, than they are now. And I definitely recognize myself checking in with how I'm relating to the physical aspects of the asanas. Am I using force or ambition, or am I more in line with connecting with gravity, feeling the weight of my own body moving into the pose versus efforting by using my mind and my ego to try to force myself to do something. Sometimes there is effort happening, but I think about, is it effort, basically like it says here, is the effort happening in a way that I'm feeling happy through doing it, or is it almost this aggressive effort? And I really try hard to express that with my students to help support the growth of their practice, so it's moving more towards a happy, peaceful practice that they want to do every day, versus one that feels like, oh, I have to practice now, and oh, I have to make my body do all these things that hurt. But that it's doing things that actually create more space in the body, more of a calm sensation. And sometimes it's not that way even for me throughout the whole practice. Like if I get fidgety, or I notice if I fall off balance, one side feels different than the other, a little bit of judging happens, critical mind steps in, but then I immediately notice that that's what I'm doing, and just acknowledge that that's starting to happen in my practice, and how can I create that shift while I'm on my mat. And my experience has been that when I learn how to use tools on the mat to shift that experience in the asana practice, I become aware of those things that happen in life. Where am I adding ambition? Where am I trying to push through something where there might be a little message in the subtleties of the current moment where there's a little resistance happening? And that's why I know I need to do this on a regular basis, because I quickly can forget how to connect the dots from the practice on my mat to the practice in life. So maintaining something on a regular basis definitely seems to help. And then, I think about the work I'm doing now, and how, at the moment, it's, I'm working every day. There's lots going on throughout the week. I do make time to practice. I'm not always as successful to make time for meals, so I'm working on that. But I feel good, I feel energized, and I think it's because the work that I'm doing is energizing. It's tapping into a place in me that feels very filled with purpose. And so somehow, I'm fueled by some of that, and that excitement keeps me going. But I still need to make sure I'm taking care of this physical body, because that still has needs for the moment anyway. At some point, there may be a shift in how I relate to that, but for now, I got to feed this body and make sure it's getting good nutrients. I think back on my last job, and I did enjoy the way that time just flew by when I was at my last event job. And I was never looking at the clock to see when is the day over. It was almost more like, oh, I need more time. I want the clock to slow down because there was just so many things to accomplish in a day, but it was exciting. It was a very dynamic and like stimulating experience, and I'm grateful for that. There was a lot of challenge. There was a lot of reward. It was in that sense, I felt like yes, there was labor and the reward, so there was a balance for me to be able to manage that. But there was this sense also that it just, time just flew by, and I got to do something pretty awesome and work for a really amazing company and work with a really beautiful group of people that I feel blessed, to have had that experience until, something in me said it's time for a change. And I listened to that for probably a good year and a half or so, and, knew that it was time to move to a new purpose, a new mission. So that's my share for today. And, someone just asked me, how many of these have I done? And it's something like 210 videos or something like that I've done so far in this 365-day video project. It's going to complete on December 20th. And, I'm grateful to have been able to maintain this as a practice. And this has gone a little up and down for me, but overall, it's really been profound. So thanks for being part of this, and I'll see you tomorrow.